G'day and welcome to the 2025 Victorian Disc Golf Open presented by Disc Golf Victoria. We're in Bendigo at the beautiful Quarry Hill Disc Golf Course. Big shout out to Gatekeeper Media for sharing this fantastic footage, which is created by Australia's own PRKD Media. My name is Timmy Bowen and as always I'm joined by Paddy Robinson and we are the Tee Off Podcasts. Make sure you check us out on Spotify. You don't have to listen, Paddy. But get in there and give us a 5-star review.
That would be nice if you listened.
That would be nice.
That would be good.
I'll take the review though.
We'll take what we can get. All right, front nine results. Ryan Deere and myself with a 2 down. Ryan Michelle just 1 up with a 3 down, keeping it clean. And Chris Ronalds with a 1. Let's hope someone pops off a little bit more in the back nine.
It starts with hole 10, 186 metre par 4, a big backhand hyzer landing in the middle of the fairway here, and then you can pick your path to the basket there. There is a Mando. It's very early on. Doesn't really come into play, so you can really get there whatever way you like.
It's changed a bit, that Mando. Ryan Michelle with a nice buzz.
Little two turned over, and it's right next to the bin. He'll be saying g'day to Oscar the Grouch in that trash can, I think.
Trash or cash to you. Yeah.
The bin in the middle of the fairway?
Yeah.
Absolutely cash. I'd love to see someone ace that.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Bin scab.
This is a bit high, but it could be nice and spiked. No, it's sat up a little and he's sitting. That's gonna be a tricky approach shot from him.
Yeah, he's actually brought the Mando into play, which I didn't think was going to happen with the caliber of MPO players we have on this lead card.
And I love this. The same disc. It's a beautiful turnover disc, and it turned over.
Just a hyzery boy. That is the common mistake in this hole, is just hyzering too early and being in the rough on the left-hand side there. It looks like you might have done exactly the same, Paddy.
Nah, just terrible. Came out of the hand early.
Oh, and look at the run-up you've got here. And, I just hit an iron twig there.
Yeah. I'm super happy about it.
And you're almost...
really happy.
You're almost to where your drive would have gotten to.
Lots of, there's a lot of joy when we play disc golf. This looks very nice from Ryan Michelle. Maybe leaking a little bit early. Yeah, he'll have an uphill putt looking at that though.
Mm-hmm. Ronalds. Yep. Over to the middle of the fairway. No real birdie play from there. And Diros... He's doesn't not want to admit defeat here, so it looks like he's going a high backhand turnover around the Mando, but has this got a chance of getting to the basket?
No,
not really.
Hit a bit of foliage and down early.
He was going for it though. So now with the change, there used to be a Mando you had to go left of here, but you've just got a simple backhand thanks to that Mando being taken out of play.
Yep. I just realised I think I get a haircut before most tournaments. I look like I've shaved my head each time.
Oh, really? Looking mighty fine, Paddy, I might say.
Oh, thanks, Tim. I'll take it. All right.
You knew you were going to be on lead card, hey? And we got a little bit of rain in round 2. It was, I must say, round 1 was awful conditioning. Yeah. And then round 2, the conditions were fantastic. Barely any wind to speak of. But we did get a little patch of rain here or there, so...
It was like super weird playing with no rain. It was kind of like a bit of a vacuum. I don't know. It was kind of weird. Like, just discs were kind of doing what you thought they would, but
this must be what
how they should.
Yeah, that's it. When we watch all the American disc golf and it's just in immaculate conditions most of the time, I'm like, I wonder what that'd be like. Because in Australia, as soon as there's a tourney on, out comes the rain, out comes the wind. All
right, Tim, how do you rate the Umbrella Open bag on the back tap-in part?
Look, it went in. I'll allow it. And it was a good old-fashioned Bunnings brolly.
All right.
Having a look at hole 11.
Yeah, this is a new hole for us. 79, 80 metre downhiller. Hole 11. I don't mind this. It's a bit of a tricky lefty backhand. There's not really a forehand line, so we'll see what Ryan Michelle does. But, if you're righty backhand, really you're just throwing straight at it. There is a bit of room to move on the right-hand side, so you might even see some people flexing out and having it fade back in. But
wasn't this hole closer to the 100-metre mark? I feel like that's a long 79 that I'm looking at on the coverage. But it is all downhill, so it certainly plays about 79. Ryan Deere with the zone out to the right-hand side, and that snuck around the last Guardian tree very nicely. He'll have a pretty simple putt to the basket there.
Straight at it. Ronalds... Mate, he's thrown something other than that AJ Destroyer. Look out. And that's why it's leaking to the left. No.
A little skinny. And
Solid.
Once you're skinny on this hole, because it's such a drop off to the left there, you're just going to be outside circle. All right, let me take a guess at this one, Paddy. We're throwing a truth?
Yes, EMAC Truth.
EMAC Truth, yep.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
Yeah, a little off to the right.
Absolutely terrible.
Don't think you'd be throwing that in round 3. We'll find a different disc for this hole in round 3, I imagine.
It was funny, when we practiced this course, it was a bit of wind, so I put a disc in my bag especially for it and then didn't end up throwing it.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, it doesn't matter though.
Like
look at the putt.
How do you like that, Timmy?
I like the
Get some replay.
I like the swagger on the walk in.
That was disgusting. Kids, that is a putt you shouldn't go for.
Huge putt. And that's what we're used to seeing from Ronalds as well. Yep. The confident stepper straight into the chains. He knew it was in straight out of his hand. Walking in.
Love it.
So Ryan Michelle, is he going to get big putt? No way. And we might be seeing a star frame on hole 11 if Ryan Deere makes good on this little 5 metre job that he's got. Oh, right, low right, but we take that.
Did that to you? Did that look like really it was right? But it was fine.
It looked very right.
I think it was just the angle.
No, it was a good putt, nice and flat out of his hand. And Starframe will move on to hole 12, which is an 85 metre par 3 with plenty of trees. This one, you can go a forehand out to the left. You can go a very, very tight backhand out to the right, or you can take on a little floaty mid straight down the middle. I think the left play is what I sort of identified as the gap to take, and that's not it by Ryan Michelle.
Ooh, that's a bit too left.
That is straight. He went through those 3 trees?
Yeah. He's actually probably pretty fortunate to actually get through because he's got a pretty easy up and down. Found a lot of so you've got it. It's got to be such a dumpy righty forehand. A lot of the guys were going long. That's not long.
That's how you strip the bark off the tree, Ronalds. Yep.
If you're a fan of Parked Clubhouse and the Lamb Shanks, I think that's first available. We love a good first available.
I contemplated bringing out my lamb shaked impersonation there, but I don't want to do the goat scream and blow out people's eardrums. I think you do need to go the higher speed disc like you have done, Paddy, for the skip back from left to right. That's a huge skip from Ronalds, though. Maybe too much. If he had done that off the tee, it would have been perfect. But now he's got a bit of a tester for the par. And Ryan Michelle just looks like he's jump putting an approach here. There's to get off the tree. Just clips it. So, yeah, he's going to be outside circle or just on the edge for the par.
I think he's just in, like, that testery sort of range.
Man, Ryan Deere hit an enormous putt on this hole. Would have been about 30 metres to save the birdie in round 1 when I was playing with him. I almost thought he did it again there.
Oh.
And you tried to hide that in, unfortunately just hitting the band.
I did that.
It just snuck out.
What a spit out. What a spit out.
I don't know if we can call that a spit out.
That was in the heart. No.
In the heart of left side tray. That's in the heart.
Yeah.
Great putt from Ronalds. Good save after first available.
Yep. Just a whole bunch of tap-ins, but unfortunately, Ryan Michelle are going to card the bogey. And not one you really want to bogey, unfortunately. Alrighty, next up, hole 13, 95 metre par 3. There's really not too much to get in the way here, just a couple of trees. Like, you can throw a forehand, you can throw a backhand.
The trees are on the edge of the circle as well, so if you hit them, you've got a bit of an outside chance at the bird. This is not a very good attempt from Diros. Leaking off to the left-hand side there, and he may have a window at the basket, but he may also be very heavily obstructed.
Yeah. Oh, and what are we seeing? Who knows what this thing is?
Yellow disc. I haven't identified this one as yet in the round. Could be an AJ Destroyer, and it could hit the metal and be absolutely genuinely parked.
If it's near a basket and it's yellow.
Fair chance. What are you throwing here, Paddy? This is looking very straight on a line at the basket. Maybe a little stable.
This is that Fortress, but
Oh! Righto!
it was just on a rope, Tim. It was on a rope.
Look, I often have a crack at you for having your 3-time Aussie champ love. And Paddy, this was going 25, 30 metres left, mate.
Replay the commentary. You said it was straight on a rope, mate.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, no. He's hit the pinball bumpers straight to maximum points.
Do you know what? I got to be honest, Timmy. It was a bit wet. I was getting a bit down on myself because I missed some putts. So it was nice. It's always nice to get a little bit of luck on the course.
Mate, if I was on a nearby card, you would have heard my voice in the background yelling bull something as we look at Ryan Michelle. Skip, unfortunately, just the edge of the circle, but a very good attempt.
Yeah. I think I've changed my mind with this hole. I think the forehand for the righties is the play.
So here we go, Diros. He's going to have to hyzer this one around those trees. Looking good. Oh,
Yeah.
and cash.
Mate, that
What
is
a putt.
the most right chain. So what a catch.
I mean,
Like-
his hyzer putt from that range is almost like a throw. So I can see why they catch a lot because they're coming in with such angle and spin. So we see Ryan Michelle also make good on the putt. And look at you, Paddy. You took that lucky bounce and you thought, oh, I'm going to get a free stroke here. And all of a sudden, Diros ties things up with a nice hyzer job from way downtown. And we're having another start. Oh, no, Paddy. Single-handedly getting an MA 15-plus rating for that gesture.
If I was thinking about you when I was...
Moving on, hole 14, 175-metre par 4. This one is wide open, an absolute gimme. If you miss this hole, you'd be very disappointed in yourself. Just got to get it out there into the middle of the 100-metre fairway and then put a nice approach shot into the basket.
Yeah. Bit of an easy... bit of a gimme, this one. All of the MPO want to take this.
Yeah, I think it's a transition hole while they actually cut out a line for their intended pad out to the right. But look, the soft par fours, you take them. And look, Ronalds is going to have to scramble to get his birdie. He's off to the left-hand side there. But given the hole is very short, he's still not out of birdie potential.
Yeah, I think I'm throwing the roller here. So I don't even remember, but I love this out of the hand.
It's looking good. Maybe taking a little while to get over, but it is getting over right at the very end, and that's going to be absolutely ideal.
I was trying to challenge. That's probably Dylan or Reinhardt.
Yeah, that yellow flag. We did have a longest drive on this one, and you were pretty close.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, just outside of eagle range, and you're also outside of whoever took the CTP.
Yeah.
Ryan Michelle could challenge it with an air shot, I reckon, but he looks like he's going fairly conservative, throwing something very overstable and just making sure he locks up the birdie.
Oh, just listen to that snap. Bang. Out. Love it.
What do you think of the Samus custom die on a Boss? I think it's pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool.
Shout out to Darren Stay Smith for doing that die. Who's your Smash Brothers character? Because he did that for me. I was Samus back in the day.
Mate,
so
I didn't get to play too much Smash, to be honest.
Paddy.
To be honest, like I was one of those kids who didn't have the console. So when we go to someone else's and play Smash, I get smashed.
you get smashed.
Yeah. But I liked Yoshi.
Well, no wonder you got smashed, mate.
Because I just like turning people into eggs and pooping them out.
Fair call.
Yep.
So Ronald's unfortunately coming up a little short on the flex forehand there. If he wants any pointers, just slide into my DMs. As we see Ryan Deere put it within 20 centimetres.
Watch your head, mate.
Great up shot.
Beautiful.
Ryan Michelle with a very stiff approach here with the Toro.
Mate, that's just all those back muscles. That's
it.
Enormous.
Beautiful looking shot there. A little long, actually. Maybe too stiff.
That's Pro Tour parked.
Okay. Here we go. Little flexi save. You're going to give this a run? You can give it a run with the backdrop, or you just want to...
Just a little, like, in my head, I'm trying to, give it a soft run.
Aim for Maddie Faz, let it fade in.
Yep. Of course, she comes out early and fades
early.
right.
Yep.
But that's okay. I'll take the bird.
Easy bird. Yeah. So Ronald's, he's a little short, but up the hill, and this is in Ronald's step putt range. I don't know. Maybe a little deeper than usual. We'll know in the first few steps.
Ooh,
yeah, that was not good, Ronalds.
that's a whiff.
That is a clean whiff.
Whiffed it. Ryan Michelle staring that thing down.
Oh, look, that was...
Yeah, that's dirty.
It was very left. I don't know. It was strong side for the lefty. I don't know. Was that a spit out, Paddy?
No. He too far left and the disc was way too flat. If that had a hyzer on it, then yeah.
You can see how disappointed he is not to birdie this one. And look, when you throw a tee shot like that, got nothing but a simple approach shot. It sucks when you're walking away with a par.
Yeah.
All right. Hole 15.
Next up, this is probably my favourite hole in the course. 145 metre par 3 downhill. You've got that scrape on the left there that is a bit of OB, but this is just a super fun hole.
Ryan Deere going, I think that's a buzz is what he's flipping up and turning over there. And this is on an absolute line.
Mate. Cool guys just walk away from their shot. Did you see that? Walk away from explosions.
I'm not cool. I'd be watching if I threw a shot that well, I'd be looking at it. That's for sure. It's pretty big forehand, this one. What are you flipping up with the forehand? That's that. Oh, that's a bit.
Don't you awe me, mate. I'm keeping that low. I'm getting some skip in. This is a Ballista Pro.
How psychopathic is it that they've left the rake just upright on the edge of OB?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone hit it, but can you imagine someone hitting that rake and landing on the penalty? If I did it...
If anyone was going to, it'd be either one of us.
I know. Yeah. If I did it, you'd hear about it. That's for damn sure.
Oh, look at this. It looks so good.
And it's rolling back to an open spot for a long putt back at the basket, but he is in the rough.
It's the first time we haven't seen that, absolutely parked. Ryan Michelle could probably park this with a zone or something, but he's opted what is it, a boss?
Yeah, it's a boss, and it's on a good line, actually. Maybe a little short, and a huge skip sees him well outside of C2 on the left-hand side there. If you're wondering why there is a gas canister attached to that tree, it's so people can knock it when they finish the golf hole and alert the people on the tee box. It's not a weird Australian tradition.
Yep.
It's to keep the drop bears at bay. Oh, great bid from Ryan. He was kind of riding that the whole way in and almost brought it up. And this is quite possibly the world's shortest basket, Paddy.
Yeah, don't know what happened to this thing.
And that's the... Yeah.
Yeah. It was a short putt for a short basket. I think in my head I left it low because it's low.
Look at this.
Yeah.
His putt is so dialed at the moment. Every time it comes out of his hands, I'm like, that's too much hyzer. That's too wobbly and nose up. But it's always dead center. He's so accurate with it. And all of a sudden,
and he rings up the turkey too.
Yeah.
And a 3-stroke lead.
We're moving on to a stretch of the course where you absolutely want to chomp up the birdies too. So 3-shot lead, very handy. Hole 16, 106 metre par 3. Great for a lefty like a lot of these holes. I've already let Ryan Michelle know I'm very biased. You can hang it out, just got to go very left off the box and just come in before that sandscape green. The righty backhand line is all but grown over, so a lot of people just coming out to this open fairway side, and that's looking very turned over. It might have caught a tree too from Ryan Deere, so that's going to be a very outside chance for the birdie.
Yeah, I'm opting the forehand here, which I quite like, but this tree in the middle is just itching to snag, hit your disc.
I literally hit that very first tree 2 times out of 2.
Yeah.
The second round, I took one step off the tee pad to throw my second shot, Paddy. It was horrendous play. Ronald's taking the flex forehand line and just a little bit low.
Yeah. There were these... I think that's the play, to be honest, that gap, but there was a couple of branches that were a little bit low that just were there to get in your way. This is solid from Ryan Michelle, but should be easy up and down for him. Leaked a little, but he'll have a look from, I reckon, edge of circle, Tim, you reckon?
Yeah, and a nice safe side to putt on. There's no drop-offs. He's putting back at the basket. It's a great spot to be.
Yeah.
You'd rather be there for birdie than par like Chris Ronalds, but that shouldn't be any problems for Chris either.
Right. Well, we've seen him drop a couple.
I'm kind of feeling that this one's going to go in.
Come on.
Hangs it out.
We've called him out now.
Yeah.
That's all right. Ryan Michelle, he's been on a little bit of a par stretch. It'd be nice to get this one.
Yeah, great putt.
Great
Nice and high,
height.
nice and flat. He's happy with that.
Loves it.
What do we think of Ryan Michelle's mini? It's some sort of like grip strength, grippy, squeezable
Really?
ring.
That's not what you were telling me off air.
One, is it PDGA legal? And two, can I get him disqualified? As we see, all smiles from you as you're putting in the birdie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a fluoro donut, isn't it?
I like it in theory though, because I'm quite often,
You're usually tearing up your mini. So.
scrunching up minis and whatnot when I miss a putt. That's a good little sort of stress ball.
Yeah. All right, next up, hole 17 over the Ducks. We've got your favourite, Tim. It's Island Green.
The Great Australian Hole, 70 metre, no obstacle.
Yeah.
But a generous circle, it might be said. Generally, the Australian holes are just 10 metre circle.
Yeah, normally a whipping headwind, but...
And playing as hazard too. So if you're outside of the flags, putting from where it lies with a stroke penalty.
Did you like I just psyched out Kyle too?
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a little skinny, but slow speed disc. It's getting down and it's not fading.
Yeah.
Great spot. Great spot to putt from there too. Ryan Michelle with the Toro.
I think this, like we said, like we've played this hole in wind and it's just an absolute battle when there's wind. But when it's like this, I feel like that that island could come in a little bit.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I'm not the one. I normally hate playing the 70 metre, no obstacle, 10 metre circle islands. But with no wind, this was just an absolute gimme.
Do you normally, are you going like something slow, low speed, or, that fast, really dumpy?
I was actually going quite fast and really dumpy and giving this an ace run. Just hang it out there and let it knife in, control the skip with the dump.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like I was almost aced it 3 times out of 3. It was very, very close. Ronald's pretty much doing exactly that with the backhand and just coming up a little short, skipping into the hill there, and that'll be no problems.
Yeah. That's fine. Well.
So no park jobs, but should be looking at a few birdies here. Ryan Deer's first one off the ranks, and that's a little short and definitely opening the door a little bit. He had a comfortable 3-shot lead a hole ago, and now he's looking at dropping 2 in a row. And Ryan Michelle as well. Did I call this hole a gimme? I can't remember.
I think you did.
Rewind it back.
You commentator's course. It's all right, mate. I got it.
This is one of the harder holes on the course, this one. Yeah. Paddy's like, boys, it's a 70 metre no obstacle par 3. You just take your 2 and move on, as does Ronald's.
Very solid.
He's just explaining to the boys how to bring up a birdie on the easiest hole on the course.
Actually, I was talking to Ronald's quite a bit during this tournament, which was really fun. I don't get to play as much with him these days, but yeah, he's playing some of the best golf that he's ever played at this course.
It's awesome stuff. One of the disc golf dads. Always good to see disc golf dads out there doing well. You're one of them. I'm one of them. As we take a peek at hole 18, 202 metre par 4 over the water to start things off, and you just want to bomb your drive out as far as you can, because any distance you bite off makes this approach shot a lot easier. I think generally you're going for a backhand turnover or a forehand into this basket, because there are some trees on the right-hand side.
Now, this disc is not that flippy. I don't really know what happened, but...
that's looking pretty impeded out there on the right-hand side.
For a hole that doesn't have many trees, I found one.
Yeah, you did yank it over a bit. With
just my pure, arm speed. That thing must have just come out at 79 miles per hour.
I mean, I didn't have the radar gun out there, Paddy, but
Don't check me, Kyle.
It was either 79 or 39.
No frames by frames, please.
That was probably closer to 79 because he's burned over a boss, and that's all the way left on the side there. There is OB, and no way. He hasn't found it, has he?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, very, very close. This is more what you want. Just popping up a backhand, flipping up to flat, pushing through the sun rays. Beautiful looking afternoon in Bendigo, it must be said.
Yeah. Oh, Alan Brunsting.
On the caddy duties.
He got a haircut for this, mate. I saw that thing.
Oh, he's going to take the back door route. No, he's just coming in before the trees. This is looking pretty good from Chris. Great shot.
Look at that.
Did that get a little greasy, or did he pick the gap?
Bit of both. Bit of both.
The smirk back to Alan tells me maybe he got a little greasy, Paddy. Did you have a good line here?
I had a window, and I hit my window.
Done pretty well there. How short are we? Just on the edge of the circle.
No, mate. That's about 5 metres, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I was pretty happy with that. I thought I was edge of circle, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. This is looking good from Rye. Maybe a little too stable. So we take a look at his zone there.
Bit of ground. Maybe it's because this is a little bit elevated. I think maybe that thing caught a bit of edge, and because that thing was looking like it'd be parked, but he's outside circle.
Yeah, probably disappointing for the big arms in Ryan Deere and Ryan Michelle. They should be lapping this hole up and be a lot closer. But look, you can clean up all the mistakes with a good putt. Just lost all at speed late, and he's parred 16, 17 and 18, which is definitely not what the doctor ordered. They're the holes you want to get. Ryan Michelle also couldn't make good on the putt. And Paddy, you've got a putt here to tie things up.
I've taken that putt.
There you go. Look at that. Mate. Happy with that?
Yeah.
You may be not happy with the day, but...
Bit of a roller coaster round, but that's okay.
I mean, 8 down, you take that?
I'll take that, mate. Yeah. It's one of those ones where you're coming into the last 3 holes, you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to birdie the last 3 holes, but hey, you do it and like, then it looks a lot better.
And Ryan Deere looked unflappable that entire round, but parring out the last 3 is just got to feel flat leading into the final round.
Yeah.
So we take a look at the leaderboard. Ryan Deere with that 6 down is at 15. You're tied for first with a tidy 8 down. Ryan Michelle put 5 in, and he's tied for 4th, and Ronald's dropping back a little bit at 8 down overall. We see Blake Nichols with a hot round moving up the leaderboard, as does Clayton Beck, Nathan Parrish, Ryan Hart, Aidan Howard, and myself rounding out the top 10.
Timmy, not a bad round there, 6 down.
Yeah, look, the wet weather sort of put me out in round 1, but look, happy to move up the leaderboard a little bit.
All right, please make sure you jump on Gatekeeper. The third round front 9 will be there. Third round back 9 will be back on Parked. So see how this tournament finishes up.